Well, hello once again, everyone. As you can see, today we are reviewing the Xvive XV1-R recorder, and it's a portable recorder. You know, you get HD audio through these little microphones. It's a pretty common design. This one's like about $70-$80. And today, the audio you hear right now is coming through this. So in addition to being a portable device, it can also be plugged in and used as an USB microphone. So I'm going to show you some of the features, how to use it, and so on and so forth. But for this video, basically, I'm just using it as a USB microphone and demonstrating how it sounds. So you would use it for your voice. I'm actually, in a little bit, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it on my monitor for my guitar, my little tiny speakers for the monitor, and then we're going to use it like as a miniature guitar cab microphone. So yeah, I think it's useful too for that. On the back of this, there's actually a little hot shoe screw like you would have on a camera, like a DSLR camera. So you can put it mounted on a tripod, which is really great. That's an awesome feature. But yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, they maybe use digital amps and modelers and things, and they're you know, they have like little tiny speakers or something on their desktop. This is actually maybe a good solution for miking that, if you don't want to go direct, or if you just want to try some different kind of mic'd up sounds. And it doesn't sound really tiny or anything either. You know, yes, you probably need to go in and do some post EQ and whatnot, but by and large, you know, I'm pretty impressed with what it's able to do. And I've not even plugged in an SD card yet and taken it outside or recorded anything, you know. So you could use this to record lectures or concerts or practice sessions or whatever, really. But anyway, enough talking. Let me show you how this thing works. So here we go, kind of a close-up on this unit. There is a little power button that you hold down on the right side here, and it'll power up. So, again, I don't have an SD card in this right now, so I'm just going to show you some features. It does have a speaker built in, so you can play back the files. So like, yeah, I went into system here and changed the backlight, the length of time that it's on, as well as the brightness. You can also change the power off time and then set the day it asks you to do that when you first turn it on, etc. And then the menu keys here. So you see like the little back button, that's these 4 buttons here. You can use like that and navigate. So back in the menu, like we have the recording menu. You can turn the mic on and off. You can turn the plug-in power on and off, and it actually has effects. So, you know, you can turn a noise gate on, the compressor on, even a limiter, and then change the low cut frequency, so on and so forth. So that might be very useful if you're at a show and you're trying to, you know, get everything to sound good, and like the house mix sounds a certain way, so on and so forth. So yeah, here's the playback menu, and it's basically just like you hit the button, to start recording. See, it says please insert an SD card. And then you can also, these 4 buttons that are not marked, like you can turn the gate on and off, and then actually change the amount of dB that it cuts, the compressor on and off, so on and so forth. Yeah. The other features I've not really messed around with that much. I know if you hold down this OPT button, it'll give you some other stuff like auto leveling, auto recording, so on and so forth. And then that brings you back to the home screen. And then this would stop the recording. Yeah, so you can also open up files and play back some of the stuff that you've recorded here. So that's really cool. And that's pretty much all there is to it. On the left side, we have a volume control, up and down. The left over here, there's a line out, and there's also a line in over here. I'm assuming that you'll be able to, plug in an instrument directly into this and get the level right and record. So let's say you were out shooting with your phone. You could bring this, plug in your instrument into the line in, and get direct sound while you have the video from the phone, right? So I connect the USB, I turn it off, turn it on again. It'll bring up this menu that says, what do you want to do? Card reader, recorder, or USB audio. You can select USB audio there, and then basically you can control, if you look down here, the microphone level with up and down here. And then the speaker level is on the side. And that's pretty much it. I just basically adjusted for the video that you're about to hear, which is using these microphones as like a little speaker microphone. Pretty much the same way you would do for a guitar cabinet, only we're doing it for, monitors or like some other tiny amp like you would have on your desktop for digital stuff. I just basically pulled the level just maybe like 90%, 95%, so that it doesn't peak. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and listen to what it sounds like if we use it as a guitar cab or microphone, or a mini speaker cab microphone, or a desktop amplifier or speaker cab mic. Any combination of those words.